Hey YouTube family, I'm Naisha. If you're new, hello. Welcome back to all my day ones. I'm still Naisha. I'm back from Belize. Alright. Alright guys, it is so many different things to talk about. Is everything okay? Oh. Alright, so first off, I want to get into this. Alright, bad bitch energy. Let's get one. My husband gave me this today. Oh, this one popped out. Shut. No. Yeah. Okay, we'll take this one. No, no, no. I want purple because purple, my favorite color. All right, and I'll look at pink too because it popped out. Because the universe must really want me to read this one. But purple's my favorite color, so I'm a purple. So it says, "You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. Your potential is endless." Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay, I like that. We need like a jar to put all the ones that we already like said. But we're gonna do one every time we do a video. Alright? This one says, "I focus on my hopes, not my fears. This is a good year. 365 new chances." Okay. Both of them are really good. Really, really good. But anyway, let's get into the video. So, as I was coming back from Belize, there's so many things to talk about. Oh my gosh, but let's just talk about what I've been talking about, these jobs. Okay? Because and I'm not gonna focus completely on it, but I just gotta tell you this, okay? I have to tell you this. Um, so we get into an Uber. Coming back from Belize, and we were talking to the Uber driver, and he was like, "Oh, if you don't mind me asking, where y'all coming from?" He was like, "Oh, Belize," and he was just like, "Oh, what, if you don't mind me asking," like he was very chatty, like with what for and stuff like that, and we were just like, it was like business, like family business and stuff, not to get too, in my business, you know what I'm saying, and he was like, "Oh, okay, how's Belize?" And we were just, telling him how's Belize. That'll be another video if you're interested in Belize City. That's where we went, to Belize City. So, and then he started talking about how, I don't know how it led to this, but he started talking about how he has a master's degree, and I think it's computer science, and that he's doing Uber to make up the money. So I'm thinking to myself, you got a master's degree in computer science, and you're doing Uber at night. Damn, how much money you need? And it's crazy because you would think like somebody that have a master's, they're making enough money. And then he continues to ask, what if you have $60,000 to $80,000? What would you invest it on? So I don't know what we was talking about that he brought that up, that he had, like, that he mentioned 60 to 80,000, that particular scenario. I'm assuming that's what he has and stuff like that. And he was like, what would you invest it on? Like, would you invest it in real estate? And he like mentioned a certain area, and I was like, man, that's not enough money where we live at in Virginia. That's not enough money to invest in that particular area he was interested in. Now, we're not real estate professionals. I don't know what made him think to ask us that, because I don't know what exactly we were talking about, but I was like, I know for sure, because when we were looking for houses, even back then, like a couple years back, we ain't seen no houses for no 60 to 80,000. No, the cheapest we seen, and it was like a couple years back before COVID, was like 125,000 or something like that. Like, and it was a small house, and it was not in the best of neighborhood, but it wasn't the bad neighborhood, but it wasn't the bestest of neighborhood. And I was just like, so I doubt now 60 to 80,000. That's so my advice was like, invest in outside of the country. That's better because the US dollar goes further in a lot of different countries. And then he was like, I told him, Belize, the money doubles. But there's other countries that the money triple, quadruple, you know what I'm saying, like that. So he was like, "Oh no, I invest back in his country, which is India." So I was like, "Oh well, that's you need to continue doing that. You on the right track. You doing what you got to do and stuff like that." And then he continues to network and say like, if you ever needed an Uber driver or something like that, just call me directly and stuff. Because Uber, then we realized Uber takes about 50% of your of the amount like you pay, right? So if say if I my Uber ride was $40, Uber takes 20. And he was like he never knew because nobody was like ever willing to like get that, I guess, candid. And I do. I'm a Pisces. I'll get very candid with you, okay, honey? Hello. So I told him, and then I told him and he was like, okay. And then we just figured out a way where if I needed a ride or my husband needed a ride, we could just use him and we just exchange numbers like that. And I think that's a good way because my husband even mentioned this before to me, like when I was going to do Uber, when I had my car, he was like, you can always, um, you while you're meeting these people doing Uber, you can set up your own business. Like you can exit out of the Uber system and set up your own system. You know what I'm saying? Use a system like the system is using you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but back then I wasn't doing like Uber driving. I was doing Uber Eats and stuff like that. So, but even Uber Eats, you could do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But to get to back to my point with the whole video is that degrees are becoming like, what's the word? Like, just not necessary. It's degrees are becoming not necessary. That's not the word, but it gets to the point. Okay, going to school is becoming not necessary. I was talking to my son, my oldest son, and he was saying how like this 9-year old was making $3,000 a month on YouTube doing faceless videos, and I was like, how interesting. And then we started talking about how like he in school and he making $3,000 a month. Now, what is the purpose of staying in school if you already making your income, right? And I was like, well, school, oh, the word is obsolete. There you go, obsolete. So, hello. the so we're saying that school is becoming very obsolete. Like it's not needed because you can learn. It's so many different avenues. We in the era of AI now. AI is gonna be the teacher now. Like you can learn online now for free. So if you already making the income, like school is to prepare you to make the income, so you can, I guess, assimilate, adjust to the system, so you can thrive in the system, survive because they want you to survive. They don't want you to thrive in the system. But if you already making the money, then why go to school? You might as well just make the money and learn AI. You know what I'm saying? So we would, we have these deep conversations about school and how that's becoming obsolete and jobs are becoming obsolete because really they're slowly trying to give the jobs to the artificial intelligence. They really are, and they could really have mine. I'm not playing. But because I'm really, really working on just being my own entrepreneur. I'm not playing it. Because it's just like I even thought like living in Belize gave me a different perspective. Even though I didn't really necessarily like, I'm trying to think if I didn't just like the area. It's not that I didn't like the area because I was getting, you know how you get like a lot of negative feedback from people that live in the area, but you didn't have any kind of really bad experiences like they had because they've been living it for years. But Belize City is like, it's like a hood. You know what I'm saying? A hood with a nice ocean view. I know it's weird to kind of picture, but yeah, that's how it is. And it's the people. They're so, I don't want to say ignorant because I feel like ignorant is knowing and not doing. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, um, knowing that you're in a bad predicament and knowing that you have the knowledge to change it and not doing it. I feel like that's ignorant. These people were like, what's the word? It's gonna come to me. They just not educated. Yeah, they're just not educated. You know what I'm saying? Like on things like they didn't have Apple Pay, so they don't have, I don't, AI. Like they don't have AI. Like everything was very archaic. All their systems were very archaic. And how I know, that's another video. I'm gonna tell you why in another video, because that's what's gonna make this video even longer. And it's gonna take me off the point. And I'm a Pisces, and the Pisces will go off to the left, to the left. All right. So anyway, but yeah, like really, you got to start getting acclimated to times, and everything like that, because right now we are in artificial intelligence, the beginning of AI. We in the beginning stages, so you can still get on board. You can still let it help you with your business. You can still do all these things. I'm still learning a lot with AI. I'm still figuring out how to incorporate it in my business. Like as far as editing, I know that. But it's so much more it can do that I haven't learned yet, but I'm learning slowly, and I love that about it. So I'm just saying, like every time I think like, okay, I need more money, like this is crazy, like, and I don't want to work hard. Why? Why do we have to work hard? That's obsolete. That's becoming obsolete. Working hard is becoming obsolete. We have AI now. We don't have to work hard. And it's like embedded in your brain, is coded for you to work hard. And you don't have to work hard. Really, you really don't have to work hard. You really just have to get the tools you need and the resources, and everything else just falls into place. So if you are struggling with trying to figure out, should I go to school because I need more money? Should I hustle more? Should I hustle harder? No, hell no. Don't do that. Don't do it. Okay? Look, I'm just a person on YouTube. You do not have to listen to me, but I'm saying as for me, I'm not working hard. Okay? Because I'm seeing my perspective, living in Belize for 2 weeks. I remember I was with the locals. We was not on the tourist side, okay? So I could say I lived with the Belizeans for 2 weeks, okay? It showed me a different perspective. It showed me that I can really help people, number one, not the beggars. Don't, the people that want to help themselves, okay? Look, that's a different video. I'm going to the left again, back to the point. And it just gave me a different perspective on, like, really, where to go in my life, and not to take things for granted, and to just, why keep doing the things that you don't want when time is so precious and you can't get it back. You might as well just go ahead and do what you love and die trying. You might as well, because you're gonna die regardless. Everybody gonna die, right? I don't know nobody that's lived forever, so why waste your time doing something that you don't like when you can just use the time to do things you do like? And if school is not it, it's not it. Tag, you're not it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I can go in deeper about Belize and how it was for those 2 weeks, and I have to break it down into integrals. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. Not in this video though. But thank you for watching this video, because I already feel like I've been talking a while. I think, right? I think I've been talking a while. Like 10 minutes, probably. More than that? Damn. All right, guys. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. I'm Nasia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because I put out videos all the time. And then I'll put some shorts out, little short clips of me, you know what it is. Hello. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.